Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So it seems that once again Microsoft is in hot water again with Mozilla, and this is what we call on the channel the ongoing browser wars. And this is not the first time Mozilla has criticized Microsoft's product promotion practices in regards to the Edge browser. Now this is according to this post by Mozilla, which I'll leave linked in the description if you'd like a more interesting read. I'm just going over the highlights for this video, where Mozilla has accused Microsoft of using what it calls aggressive design tactics to promote Edge and weaken browser choice on Windows. It also says several Windows features make it harder for users to keep or restore competing browsers. Mozilla also says that Microsoft continues to use Windows prompts, default settings, and interface designs that steer people towards its Edge browser. And one recent example, they say, reportedly involves Microsoft Edge opening automatically when some users sign into Windows 11. And Mozilla also argues that these actions can discourage users from returning to Firefox or installing another browser. Now, the study also claims that Microsoft uses several potentially harmful interface patterns to promote Edge. And these practices include trick wording, obstruction, visual interference, pre-selection, nagging, and forced action at almost every step of the user journey. As a result, Mozilla says the researchers conclude that Microsoft does not allow people to download and install an alternative browser to set it as their default or continue using it as their default without harmful interference. And that's according to Mozilla. Then the study also highlights in this section the Windows backup app's impact on users upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11, where researchers say the process may not preserve a user's default browser, and because third-party apps like Firefox are not transferred, Edge may be the only browser available after migration. So Mozilla argues that this gives Edge an advantage, as some users may stick with the pre-installed option. And in regards to AI, which is now becoming more on the scene, it says the report also breaks new ground on the role of AI. Microsoft's Copilot Assistant overrides a user's chosen default browser and opens links inside Edge instead. So that's an interesting point they are highlighting. And then they end off saying, we again urge Microsoft to abandon these harmful patterns worldwide. And we urge regulators in the European Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States, India, and beyond to consider this report as evidence that regulatory action works. There is much still to do. So interesting stuff. And we've got to bear in mind, though, that Mozilla has funded the study. So its findings may reflect its interests, obviously, as a competing browser developer. So, guys, I thought that was interesting. That's the latest on the browser wars. Let me know your thoughts down below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.